Learning and training styles, experiential learning cycle. This section will help you to understand how your new employees learn and to consider the ways that you present material to them. In the same way that trainers have preferences about how they train, learners have preferences about how they learn. David Kolb developed some of these ideas and how they can be incorporated into a learning cycle. His ideas have been widely adopted and we have enhanced them to give you a concrete, visual idea of how they can work for you. Let's look at his experiential learning cycle. Stage 1 is experiencing, concrete experience, using the experience participants have had already to provide them with an experience that furthers learning. Stage 2 is processing or reflective observation, discussing the experiences participants have had already or sharing reactions and observing the activity period. Stage 3 is generalizing or abstract conceptualization, finding general trends and truths in the experience that the participants have had already or forming reactions to new experiences into conclusions, new concepts and theories. Stage 4 is applying or active experimentation, modifying old behaviors or testing new ones and practicing them in everyday situations. The experiential learning cycle cannot be changed simply because an individual prefers one particular approach to learning. If effective, lasting learning is to occur within an individual, the entire process must be completed. What you will notice is that the learner will find themselves more comfortable or engaged in some activities than others. For example, although Kolb's reflective observer in stage 2 will probably prefer the impartial reflective approach to learning, this learner must move through the entire cycle for the learning to be considered complete and for the learner to take responsibility for what was learned. It is necessary for the trainer to lead the learners skillfully through all aspects of the training cycle so that learning is effectively transferred outside of the classroom and in this case to the workplace. Some adults rely heavily on feeling-based judgments and learn best from specific examples, involvement and discussions, including those from their previous experience. Kolb refers to these learners as concrete experiences. In the experiential learning cycle, the concrete experiencer may be excited by experiencing the activity, step 1, and processing and sharing the activity, step 2. However, these participants may become glossy-eyed in step 3 when the group generalizes about the experience and tries to link it to something new. But even though it's not their favorite way to take in the new material, it's still a part of what they need to do in order to internalize the learning. Adults have a tentative, impartial and reflective approach to learning. They rely on careful observation. Kolb calls these reflective observers. These individuals obtain insight and learning most easily from processing in step 2 and generalizing step 3, rather than from actually completing the activity step 1 or applying what's been learned in step 4.